Hi guys, welcome to Cooking with Rose International Cuisine. Today I want to show you how to make a simple, delicious chicken fried rice. I'm originally from Southeast Asia, so I grew up eating a lot of rice, and it's a very easy to make. But first of all, you need to know how to cook rice. If you've never cooked rice before, you need to cook this ahead of time. The rice must be cold. You do not want to cook this right before you want to make fried rice. It's not going to turn out right. So an easy way to cook rice, of course, is with a rice cooker. But y'all, if you don't have a rice cooker, you can always cook rice with a pot. In here, I have 2 cups of Basmati rice. And all you have to do is pour the 2 cups in. And then the rule is simple. 2 cups will yield you about 6 cups of rice. So wash this under the faucet and then drain it. And then for 2 cups of rice, you put 4 cups of water. 1 cup of rice, you add 2 cups of water. Now, put it on the stove, turn it on, let it boil, okay? You don't want to wait until it's dry, just let it boil. Once it's boiling, turn it all the way down, put the lid back on, and believe me, I've tested it again. 12 minutes and your rice is done. You keep the heat low, at the lowest level. 12 minutes, it's done. Turn off the stove and your rice is ready. Then keep it in the refrigerator, or the next day or hours later, you can make your fried rice. You want your rice to be cold. Now let's get started with what we're gonna do for the fried rice. All you need, and this serves 4 people, all you need is 3 cups of pre-cooked rice, and you want your rice to be cold. If you cook it hours before or even the day before is best. And I use Basmati rice for mine. I love Basmati rice. And then about half a pound of chicken, boneless. I have chicken breasts. And then half an onion and 2 cloves of garlic. That will go into the rice. And I'm going to season the chicken breast also with half a teaspoon of garlic powder and half a teaspoon of onion powder. Then we also have a cup of frozen vegetables, 2 eggs, and then to make the rice even crunchier, I have 2 stalks of celery. All these vegetables have been pre-washed and chopped up, and then a dash of cayenne pepper, and my favorite chicken fried rice seasoning, Badia Fried Rice seasoning, and of course salt and pepper to taste, and some frying oil. So let's get started. So I'm going to first heat up the stove right here. And first thing we're going to do is let this heat up. I'm going to season the chicken. And then just let it sit for a little bit. So right there is half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and just let it sit for a little bit. A little bit of salt, just a dash, and a little pepper. This way, when you make the fried rice, the chicken is tasty to begin with. And let that sit for a little bit right there. And the first thing we're going to do, guys, is to scramble the eggs. So beat your eggs up just a little bit. And we cook some of these things separately. We don't just dump everything into the rice. So it keeps the vegetables still nice and crunchy, not overcooked. This pan is getting hot, and I'm going to add just a tad bit of oil, maybe about 1 teaspoon. That's all I need. Swirl it around a little bit. And I'm going to cook the eggs right now. There you go. Love that sound. I'm just basically going to make an omelet with that. And then we just chop it up and put it aside, and then we can add it to the fried rice later. And then you don't need to cook eggs very long. Just make a simple omelet. While in the pan, you can just chop it up like so. And that egg is done. And I'm going to transfer that into the saucer right here. Okay, and then turn the heat back on a little bit. And then now I'm going to sear this chicken breast. It's a little bit of oil. This ½ pound is what I have here. All I'm doing is I'm going to just sear the chicken breast, maybe about a minute per side. I'm not overcooking it. Just to brown it and give it some color. When you're done with that, then you cut it into pieces. I cut it typically in about ½ an inch to an inch chunks. And nice and brown and smells so good with the garlic and the onions. Cook it for just maybe 2 more minutes and you're done. While that is being cooked, being seared, I'm going to chop half of this onion. Chop it up. Just basically diced it. That's all you need to make fried rice. And while you're doing that, watch for your chicken. You don't want to burn that or overcook it. And transfer that into another plate. And that chicken is about done. Like I said, all we need to do is to sear it. I'm going to put it back on the plate, let it cool off a little bit, and then we're going to slice that. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to mince the garlic. I have 2 cloves. And just take the skin off. And this will go into the rice itself. And gives that garlic taste to it. You don't need a lot, but 2 cloves of garlic is plenty. Perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of oil in the pan. For that much rice, probably 2 tablespoons, all you need. Let it heat up. Chop this up. Okay. And chop up the garlic. Just mince it up. And then now we can start frying. So first thing we do is we fry the onions. Love that smell. Don't put the garlic in right away because garlic will burn fast. You want to stir the onions first. And then go ahead and put in the other vegetables. Give it a stir. They look wonderful. Look at the colors. At this time, if you want to add your seasoning, fried rice seasoning, you can do that. I'm going to start with 1 teaspoon first. It's a very flavorful seasoning. And that's quite a bit for 3 cups of rice. maybe a dash of pepper, just a tad bit. It's up to you, but it's about 1/8 of a teaspoon. Give it a stir. Go ahead and at this point, add in your garlic. Smells so good. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the rice, guys. 3 cups of them. And keep stirring. Smells delicious. I'm going to turn down the heat just a little bit and slice the chicken. And then we're going to add the chicken in and let it cook. So I'm going to just cut it in cubes. Reason why we don't want to, for me, I don't like to put the chicken in too early or have it not seasoned is I don't want to overcook the chicken. At the same time, I want the chicken to be tender and have a lot of flavor. Especially chicken breasts. It can be some blend sometimes. So give it a stir. It looks great. It doesn't take long to cook fried rice. If you're serving like 2 people or 4 people, it's just a few minutes. The only thing you have to cook in advance is your rice. You want your rice to be cold. See how fluffy it is? It's not sticking. That's what we want. I'm going to add a little pepper, a dash of pepper, and then just a little bit of salt, about half a teaspoon. Give it a stir, and I'm going to taste it. Let's give it a taste and see. Delicious. Perfect combination. The rice, the vegetables, the crunchiness, the seasoning, the chicken is perfect. At this point, guys, you don't need a lot more stirring. Just add your last ingredient, which is the eggs. Give it a stir to mix it up. And we're done. The rice is cooked. I'm going to transfer this into a serving bowl or a plate. Look at that. That looks gorgeous. The vegetables, the chicken, the seasoning. And there we have it. Chicken fried rice.